Just as these horoscopes are published, you have hours left to choose your tuition rate, as low as just $5 a class, to learn from these incredible astrologers at SYNCHRONICITYUniversity.com. Programs are starting the first week of January. You want to get in on this now. Brilliant astrologers like Cameron Allen, Stormie Grace, and all these other incredible people you see here. Join us at SYNCHRONICITYUniversity.com. Learn more, sign up now. Links are in the description below. Hello, fabulous superstar Pisces. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of January 2024. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. It is a remarkable astrological month, without a doubt. Big moves happening in the sky now. Boy, is this a very special time. Well, the first important celestial event to take place actually happens just before the month begins, and it's energy that you carry into a brand new month and a brand new year. And that is on New Year's Eve. It is going to be Jupiter that goes direct, your ancient ruling planet. And this direct motion happens with Jupiter moving through a communicative part of your sky, having to do with understanding, perception, communication, spontaneity, and synchronicity are covered here as well. This part of the sky can speak to siblings, cousins, and neighbors. Now, as Jupiter goes forward, this is an unleashing of optimistic and even enthusiastic energy. It's a sense of possibility that opens up here, and that possibility literally could just find you. Jupiter going direct here puts you in the right place at the right time, connecting with the right person, finding yourself in conversation, and it can change so much for you going forward from here. Because this is your ancient ruling planet, what changes now seems to be deeply meaningful to you. You feel it right on the surface as significant. And it's about how it is that you are connecting with matters near and dear to your heart, spontaneously as you move about your neighborhood. That takes you very much by surprise. Good news related to siblings, cousins, and neighbors, whether it affects you directly or not, could find you at this time. Now, January 1st is when Mercury goes direct, and that Mercury goes direct at the top of your sky. And this is about career and life purpose and visibility and social standing. It's about recognition and success as you uniquely define it, but it also speaks to legacy and destiny. Here's the thing, as much as Mercury direct brings with it clarity and brings with it a light bulb moment, if you will, because we have that Mercury hanging tight a conversation with Neptune in your sign, chances are it'll take a few days to really feel that Mercury is direct, but don't get me wrong, there is going to be that sense of some forward momentum now. And so having Mercury standing still here is about paying attention to a career matter. I think given that this is happening on New Year's Day, you might be thinking really big picture now, thinking about legacy that you're creating, thinking about the destiny you're moving towards, thinking about the goals that you have and have had, and how it is that you're going to align with them more fully to manifest them, to make them real for yourself that much more. You may not necessarily have a working plan, even if you think you do, but that's okay. You have more time than you realize. If you can pace yourself a little bit in the first days of the month, you'll be that much more glad for it as clarity slowly comes. I would also add, though, with this energy, Mercury direct, yes, there's a layer of clarity, but a layer of acknowledging past disappointments, which might feed into confusion. So if you can help it, and if you have a choice, try not to make big career-related changes or decisions, at least not just yet, at least not until we navigate a little bit further into this brand new month of a brand new year. On the 27th of the month is when Uranus will go direct. Uranus changing directions is always a moment that feels like it takes us by surprise, that feels like it comes out of nowhere. Now, Uranus is going direct for you in that same communicative, spontaneous part of the sky that Jupiter goes direct in at the beginning of the month. And this is going to add that measure of things feeling like they're able to move forward here, but quickly, and in some cases, instantly. It's going to feel as if there's a surprise a minute as you move about your neighborhood. It may be now that a sibling, cousin, or neighbor is making a choice that feels like it takes you very much by surprise, or it could be that one of them is behaving in a way that's uncharacteristic and might even feel a little erratic to you. But for all that, you could find yourself in the right place at the right time, connecting with the right person, and it is revolutionary. Perhaps only to your own ideas and what you understand, but also the potential is there for real changes to take place in your life very quickly now as a result of where it is you find yourself to be. Another layer of understanding is because this part of the sky has to do with media, traditional and social media, something you share could reach a lot of people very quickly, could resonate with a lot of people. Or it could be that you're just kind of walking down the street and someone puts a microphone in front of your face and asks you to quote for something, ask your opinion about something. And that could be a way in which very quickly you feel like what you share, your voice, your thoughts are able to reach a lot of people very quickly. Once Uranus goes direct, all major planets are going to be direct going forward from here until April 1st. So having all major planets go direct now is going to be so powerful for a sense of forward momentum. When planets are retrograde, their energies turn inward. They become more reflective, more personal, and it becomes more about the cultivation and integration of that energy and of the wisdom promised there. However, when all planets are direct, it's a lot more about the actions that you're taking, what is taking place outside of you, how the actions of others are speaking to your journey as well. It can feel as if you are all systems forward, all systems go, all ready to move into your future. And with Uranus going direct, it's about leaping into that future, in some cases very quickly. Now, we do have some important lunar events this month as well. It is going to be on the 11th that we will have a new moon. And this new moon takes place in a friendship part of your sky. This is a part of the sky for you that has to do with social events, invitations, gatherings with others, whether they are personal, whether they are professional. Working within group dynamics is covered here as well. And overall, this new moon is actually really fortunate. It is not far in the sky from Pluto, which is a little bit tricky, but that can bring with it focus and intensity. However, Uranus is speaking in supreme harmony with this new moon. And so new people can come up now, and it can be a delight. It can feel as if the new people you're connecting with, there's an easy flow and fun to those connections. It's also going to be this new moon that's going to speak in harmony with Neptune. And that brings with it inspiration and energy of healing as well. If ever there was a time to be open to others, this really would be it. And this part of the sky speaks to how sometimes it isn't what you know, it's who you know that opens up greater opportunity for you. This can be important. This can be galvanizing even. How other people encourage you and want to see you shine, but also how they might inspire you to own your own shine and to go for bigger opportunities than you knew before. Navigating further on the 25th of the month is when we are going to have this month's full moon. This full moon is taking place in a part of the sky for you that has to do with your daily life. And the thing is, it is opposite Pluto. At that point, Pluto is back into the sign just before yours. And here, a lot is stirring within you. Right now, we're getting a longer taste than we did last year. As Pluto moves in here on the 22nd of this month, we'll stay here until the 3rd of September, and then we'll retrograde back mid-November. And at that time, Pluto's going to be here for about 20 years. So lots to look forward to there. And I spoke about Pluto here at length in the Decade Ahead horoscope, and I touched on it in the Year Ahead horoscope as well. And so I'll link to the overviews below. Now, having said that though, having Pluto opposite a full moon, this is very intense, and it speaks to a lot of emotion as a result of, for you, what's just showing up now. Like what's just popping up, you realizing or you learning about what other people have been doing or are doing. This is most likely going to speak to where the full moon is taking place, which is your daily life. So this is about your workplace, the type of work you're doing, and the people who surround you there. It's also about how well you're taking care of you. So where it comes to your workplace, if you are in any power struggles or power games, or you feel like a client, a customer, or coworker hasn't been very nice, that's going to stir at this time. I'm so sorry to say, but it does happen. And that's not fun, I know. But it is also this energy that asks you to consider, what are you giving your time and your day and your moments to? Where are you pouring yourself? Where are you cultivating mastery? And is it really worth it to you? Does it really matter? You're being asked to be honest with yourself. Yes, there might be some games being played by these types of people I just mentioned, but you get to decide if you're going to play them. It is a full moon, so it can bring chapters to a close. If one of these types of people leaves now, just know it's going to be kind of dramatic. There's going to be a lot of intensity around it. And there might be factors there that are deceptive, or again, there's an unfairness there that could be playing out that could be rooted in what that person chooses to do, or it could be your feelings about how that person is being treated. However, this could also relate to a change in the tasks that you're doing, or a sense that you're meant to do something else. That very much might be the case. It could be the case now that you are coming to realize that you want to live your days differently. That might show up in terms of your workplace, but it could also show up in terms of how well you take care of you, your health-related habits. This can be powerful energy to change, to move towards the state of health that you most deserve. Now, health is one of those things that reminds us how powerless we actually are for the most part. Sometimes it can remind us of fate, but at the same time, it can be a place where a lot of people find empowerment. And so your answers are going to be uniquely your own, but ultimately there are changes afoot here that are designed to get you more honest and ultimately get you healthier as well, which can be part of the gift of this time. Now, where it comes to matters of love, it is just before this month begins that Venus moves into the top of your sky, where she will be until the 23rd, at which time she will move out and move into a friendship part of your sky. Now, the friendship area of life is lit up in all kinds of ways this month. It is on the 4th of the month that Mars moves in here. As I said earlier, we do have that powerful new moon taking place here on the 11th. And then it's going to be on the 14th that Mercury direct will move back into this part of the sky. And then, of course, the 23rd, Venus moves in here. So things will become increasingly social. And especially as we move into the last week of the month, that socialness and love starts to become more intricately tied. But for most of the month, with Venus moving through the top of your sky, love and respect are intimately tied for you. Where you have it, this is where you do the work to strengthen it. But where it isn't there, it will be painfully obvious to you as well. Now, love and power, love and authority, all of that blends together at a time like this with that position of Venus for most of the month. For those of you open to meeting someone new, there could be a key flirtation now with someone who is a boss or person in position of authority. It's going to be up to you to decide what's right for you to do in light of your unique circumstances. But at least at the very beginning of the month, you really are having to contemplate if it's worth the sacrifice or not. It could be at this time that you attract somebody with a notable difference in either status or age. And it could really go either way. Meaning significantly older, significantly younger, a significantly different social status as well. It's going to be up to you to decide if it's worth pursuing, but I do think that there is a moment of serious contemplation as to what this exchange could mean and whether or not it's worth whatever might be sacrificed to navigate forward with it. For those of you just starting to date someone, is there respect here? I think that's going to start to show itself more clearly at the very beginning of the month, especially because it is going to be the first of the month that Venus squares Saturn. It is going to be as we navigate towards the middle of the month, just before Venus leaves this part of the sky, is going to square Neptune in your sign. And so all of that adds up to you feeling very personally matters of, is there respect here or not? If there is not a feeling, a genuine feeling of respect, I think it's going to be obvious based on what you see and their behavior. If that respect is there, it can be now that you're facing any of your own resistance, looking past your own illusions and moving towards strengthening the connection. But if it is that in any way you feel that it isn't there, that is going to stir in ways that feel very frustrating for you and could lead to you deciding to go a whole other way. And for those of you in an established bond, well, look, for the overwhelming majority of Pisceans out there, this energy is going to work out more in terms of working towards shared goals. Do you have those shared goals, or does it feel like you or your partner are starting to branch off a little bit to go in different directions in that regard? Or it just might be a feeling that either your partner or you is very busy on career matters right about now, where the normal time that it takes to nurture the bond is being sacrificed for the sake of success, even if it's just in the moment as part of meeting a deadline, for example. And so that can become a matter of patience and you can navigate. However, there is going to be a small percentage of Pisceans out there. If you have felt for a while that maybe you're not in the right relationship for you, your answers will come from understanding whether or not there is respect here. If there is respect, you're willing to do the work to move towards a deeper sense of connection, to heal whatever needs to be so that the two of you can move forward together. But if there really isn't respect, boy, is that going to bug you. So much so that it just might be a deal breaker energy for you now. What I love about this month for you, there's so much here. It is a powerful and meaningful astrological moment. I am going to say, I think these forward-moving planets are hugely important, especially your ancient ruling planet Jupiter moving forward just before the month begins, just in time for New Year's Eve. That is incredibly enlightening in how it is that you are likely to feel a sense of forward momentum now and enthusiasm and excitement as you move towards a brand new year. Now, it is Jupiter moving forward in a very spontaneous and synchronistic part of the sky. But this part of the sky is also very mind-oriented and it's very chatty. And so if you decide to engage this energy consciously, which I suggest that you do, make sure you are finding yourself in spaces for New Year's Eve where you are able to talk to others and engage others on that level. What I would avoid is career-related, work-related events and parties for New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. That's where that uncertain Mercury energy starts to get activated. But for all that, where you stay spontaneous, you are set to not only enjoy, but welcome in positively healing, hopeful, and enthusiastic energy now. Well, thank you so much for watching. You can get a video like this each and every week for as low as just $3 a month with Choose Your Membership Rate at NadiyaShahSuperstars.com, where you get expanded exclusive horoscopes, access to a monthly live party event online. Higher tiers get you things like all access passes to Synchronicity University events, consultations with me, and so much more. All of this in the Superstar space at NadiyaShahSuperstars.com. Links are in the description below. Thank you for watching. It'll be a great month. Enjoy.